morning, good evening, good afternoon. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to Vanessa's van life journey. I am Vanessa and I'm building out a van, and her name is Sunshine. Today I have a couple of things to work on. We got the fuses in that we need, and I can do some wiring. I can put my slats back. I could work on the side of this door. I could do a DIY on my refrigerator. I got several things I could actually work on today, but I don't know what I'm going to work on. I think I need to clean this. I need to clean out the bottom of my battery thing, so I can figure out exactly what I'm doing. So let me show y'all what's going on. This is how this is looking. And I am going to have to disconnect the wire that's coming from the battery, take that charger off, take this loose because I need to put a fuse in between the battery and the cutoff switch, and I need to put a fuse in between this and the bar. So that's what I'm about to do now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out. So yeah, I just want to let y'all know what I'm working on today. I also need to fix these slats that's going across. I pulled the nails out the other day, but we're going to see if we could get this situated today. Okay, you guys, so to let you know what I'm doing, I have to take this fuse off. This fuse is not big enough for my battery system, so I have to take this fuse off, take this off. I'm going to have to disconnect all of this, and I think I'm going to run it back that way, the way I had it the first time. So, just when you thought you had everything figured out, something else comes into play. The only other thing that I could do is, this is the other piece that needs to go in between here. So the only other thing I could do is like put it here, run the wire from here to here, and then the other wire is going to have to come down and go to there. That might be easy. So that means I would just have to take the wire that's up there and cut it and make it fit for here. So that's what I might do, so that way I don't have to move this thing here at all. But let me figure it out so I won't have to move none of this. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Is it better to do it like that? I think that probably will be the best bet. It's less work. So let's do that. Okay, y'all, so I have to cut this wire down and then put this on and crimp it. So I'm going to pretty much cut the wire right here so that the crimp could be, it can go in right there. Like, it don't need to be that much. I might cut it just a little bit here. So I need to go to the saw so I could do that. So let me go do that now and cut this down. So y'all, I just came from the saw cutting this down, and it pulled all of the wire out. So now it's no good. And now I had to cut another piece. And now I got to put 2 lugs on the end instead of 1. So that's more work. So I just got through shrink wrapping this wire and this wire. So now it's time to assemble it and let's see if it's gonna. Okay, you guys, so I finished hooking up my positive wire from the battery and to the bus bar. We got the fuse in between, the cutoff switch, and then the bus bar where all of our wires are going to be going to. That's a little long for me, but oh, it is what it is. And now I'm getting ready to make up my wires for my inverter. So the positive wire is going to have to come all the way from here to over there. So yeah, because our positive bus bar is no longer over here. I was thinking I was going to be able to use this little wire in this configuration, but no, we're not going to be able to use that. So I am about to go and make I'm going to put my ends for my positive wire and my negative wire. I'm going to put them on there, run them to where they need to run so I can see what length they need to be. And then I'll put my lugs on the end of that. And then we will have our inverter connected. The only other thing that we really have to connect to this system to get solar in is the inverter and the solar into there. That's really easy. I could have this hooked up today, y'all, but I need to make sure that I'm ready to hook it up and make sure I don't want to get any fuses for my solar and my inverter, because technically a lot of people like to put the fuses in between every component. So I might just go ahead and go with the fuse between my inverter to protect my inverter and to protect my batteries, and the solar and the stuff, just leave it like that. So yeah, we're going to see if that is the case. Then I can go ahead and hook up my solar system. And once I finish wiring up my electrical box, then I can just add everything to the electrical box. So that is what I'm about to go do now, is add my lugs to the end of these wires. Hopefully I got enough lugs left. So for now I need 4 more lugs. Looks like I only got one of this particular kind. That kind I didn't have to drill a hole in. The other ones, I had to drill holes. And yeah, I got 4 of these. But I'm going to use that one left over there. These holes are smaller. So I am going to have to drill these. And hopefully that is going to be all the 4-aught lugs that I need for this system, because if not, I'm going to have to order some more. So let's go over here and let's drill out or cut the wires for the lugs. So I'm going to put a lug on the end of the positive wire, and I'm going to put a lug on the end of the negative wire. So all I'm doing is just spacing the wire out where I feel like I have enough wire that's going to be sticking out to go inside. Of the lug, you want to make sure you left enough wire to go inside of the lug. It off. And I like to turn it. It don't matter which way you turn it, but I like to turn it because it makes it tight and it makes it go in easier. The tighter it is, the easier it's gonna go in there. And I kind of like to put it on and turn it in a direction that you had the wire going. And so now I'm gonna permanently tighten the lug on. This is a hydraulic lug crimper. You just raise it up and down. As you raise it up and down, it gets tighter. And the tighter you do it, the more you do it, the tighter that lug is getting around that wire. And it's up to you how many times you push down on it. And as you can see, now it's tight. And we want to do the same thing to the positive wire. I'm going to put this on here. See how much wire I want to expose. Turn this around. And you don't want to press down on this too hard because it will cut the wire. You're just trying to cut the insulation, not the wire. So you just go around lightly and then untwist the insulation or loose that you cut. You want to try not to cut any of the wire. Sometimes it's inevitable, but if you do it light enough and you don't press down too hard, you won't cut that much of the wire. And I want to turn this on. Yep, it was crimped already. You see the ends of this one? It was crimped already. So that's why it wasn't going on right. After you use them, you can't use them again unless you use it on a smaller piece of wire. Okay, let's go try these. Let's go try these and determine where we want to cut our wires at. So then we got to put another wire on the other end. I'm gonna need another lug because that other one has been crimped already. So to show you guys what I'm doing, basically, I'm gonna take this cover off of the positive, and because this wire is gonna need to do a turn, and it's gonna need to lay flat, and I want to make sure the black wire is gonna be okay with crossing that one. This wire gonna be black, but I'm just using it temporarily. So I need that to lay flat, and then I'm gonna need this wire to come over here and do this. So basically, this wire is actually the right size. So I don't have to cut this, and I could just put my lug on the end of this. So that is good. So that's how that one is going to look. And so now we need to do the same thing with the black wire that I just put the lug on. And this lug probably, oh yeah, that one will fit. So we're gonna have that going like that. And we're gonna want this either to go here or here to come over and go like this. So I'm gonna probably cut this one off right there. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna cut that about there, and then we're gonna put the ends on the end of that, and then we can come back and connect our inverter. Okay, y'all, since the red wire is the right length, I'm gonna go ahead and add this lug to this before I go over to the saw. And cut. Okay, tip when you're hooking up the big lugs, if you push it all the way in like this, it's not gonna allow this to go all the way down. So if you pull that lug out as far as you can pull it out and just tighten everything else up, I think that's gonna let it fit better. So I need to do that to both sides. So I want to show you guys how I am hooking up my inverter. And so I took the nuts and the washers off, and we're going to put our 4-aught wire on there. And then we're going to take our washer, lock washer, put that back down on there. We're going to hand tighten this, and then we're going to get the proper size, whatever you call this, ratchet. That's not the right size. We're going to get the proper size and tighten it. And I don't have my inverter screwed down yet. I want to get all my wires on here and make sure I have it in the right position before I do that. And then I am going to connect my my other wire. I don't want this black turned this way. So now we're going to take our positive wire. Y'all excuse my ashy, rusty, crusty, dusty hands. We're going to take the washers off of here. Whew. I really should have on some gloves. And we're going to put our positive wire on there. And we want it laying right where this could be straight. We want these to be straight because the caps are going to go back on here, and the caps won't go on here right if these are not straight. And the same with the other one that I showed y'all. You might want to pull this out as far as you can so that this cap can fit back on here properly. So let me show you the difference. I have this lug pulled all the way out, and that one is pushed in. That's going to hinder that cap from going all the way down on there. So what I want to do is pull this out farther, like this one. And yeah, I'm gonna untighten this and pull it out a little bit. Okay, I got the proper tool. Y'all tell me in the comment bar below, what do you call this? So I'm just gonna tighten this up. Now, as far as hand tightening, it was tightened. But you see, I got the tool, and there still was some more tightening that could be done. So that's tight enough. Gonna do the same thing over here. Tighten it up. That's good enough. And now we're gonna put the caps on. Cap go like that, or still not enough room. I think that cap is still not going to be enough room to go like that, because I think it goes like that. My wire is big. Of course, that's going to be the problem that you're going to run into with 4-aught wire. But you want to make sure you have the right size wires to your components, because you don't want to start a fire. So this is the size wire we needed for a 3,000 watt inverter and 4 lithium batteries. So you know, we can't help that. One thing about this cap, it's not going to go over this because my lug is so wide. So you're just going to have to put this on here and maybe tape it underneath the bottom. Put some tape on there so it won't come off, because that's not going to fit all the way down because your lug is so wide. And there's nothing you can do about that, because that's the size lug that you need on this inverter. So yeah, we're probably just gonna have to put some tape around that to hold it down. And that's how you hook up your inverter. So I have my inverter hooked up to my bus bar, and now I'm about to take the positive wire and hook my positive wire up to the positive bus bar on that end. Okay, you guys, so I just got through finish hooking up my inverter. So my inverter is running to my bus bar, positive, negative, fuse in between the negative, and now I actually have to screw it down. I didn't want to screw it down at first because I needed to maneuver my wires. So you want to make sure you do screw down all your components so that they will stay stabilized and they won't be moving. Also, I'm going to put like a wire clamp on this so this won't be moving. I'm going to put a wire clamp on there to clamp that wire down and hold it in position. And I don't think I need to do that with these, but you can if you feel like you need to. Anywhere you feel like you need to stabilize the wire, you could do that. I'm going to do that over here because I don't want this moving forward and interfering with the door or whatever that I'm going to have that is going to be opening this door over here. I think I'm going to have a sliding door or something. So I don't want that to interfere with that. So I'm going to put me a wire clamp on there. So you're going to have to open them up because you want this piece to lay flat. So you're going to open it up. And you're going to bend that like that. So you can end up bending this over. And you can move that wire where you want it to. And we're going to screw that down with these small screws that we have here. Let me change my bit. See how flat that went down? Now we want this in. Whew, that was hot. Burnt my hand again, y'all. I need to stop touching hot screws. So that was hot, but that's gonna hold that. And you see that's not gonna move. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this end over here. I don't want this wire to be moving. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this end. See the ground wire right here? It's pretty long. So I might do that to the ground wire to just make sure it don't go anywhere, because we never want our positive and negative wires to touch. So I'm probably going to do the same thing with the ground wire. So we're going to take this, open it up, make that bend like that. And then we're going to take 2 screws. And we're going to put the first one down to where I wanted it. So it's getting dark out here. So that is not going anywhere. And if I want to put another one, see how that's moving? If I want to put another one right there, I can put another one right there. One of these, we're going to open it up, and I'm going to bend this part down, and we're going to put another one over here, and there. And see how flat that is? Now I can screw this one all the way down. Okay, now we know. Flat. And that's not moving, and that's not going anywhere. And that's what we want. We don't want our wires moving, jumping, jiggling. If I want to, I can screw this one to the back wall. Once I get this thing screwed down all the way to its permanent position, I can screw that to the back of the wall. So this is how the electrical system is looking for now. And basically all I have left to do is to bring my solar into the solar controller and bring my solar from here, from outside into here, from here to here. And then I think my wires go to the batteries. Yeah, the wires are going to go to the batteries. One wire is going to go to positive and one wire is going to go to negative. And then I think I'm ready to go, y'all. So I really don't have that much more to do. I do need to work on putting my braces back in here. So I have to pull this thing out again, and I'm going to have to work on my braces because these need to be strong, because I'm going to have something on top of here holding this, my cabinet on top of here. So I need these braces to be strong. My throat is dry and dehydrated. So I'm gonna have to work on these tomorrow. Pull this out. I might have to disconnect my ground wire to pull this back. And then, so this guy, I could pull this back for one final time. I might need to pull it back one more time for all my wires up here when I put my ceiling up. So I might just leave my ground wire disconnected. Put some tape on it right now so it won't touch any of those positive wires back there until I get ready to put it back on. So yeah, and I need to wire up my oh, you guys, my throat is dry. I need to wire up my 120 volt wire to my inverter. So I'm probably going to do that tomorrow too. I need to go get me something to drink because guess what? I am thirsty. I'm dehydrated. And it's, the sun is going down. It is probably after 5 or going on 5. So I think it's probably after 5. So that's going to be it for today's video, you guys. I hope y'all learned something. If y'all have any questions, leave them in the comments bar below. I am learning and doing this as I go. My other solar system was not this intricate. I didn't have this size wire on my solar system, even though I should have had bigger wires on it, and I shouldn't have used the wires that came with it. I'm just not learning that now. So you live and you learn. So this time around, we're going to have bigger wires, and we got bigger wires. So we're going to have fuses. We have more batteries. Last time I just had 200 amp hour batteries, 200 AGM amp hour batteries. Wasn't even lithium. So this time around, we have some lithium, and let me get my water jug. Yes, we have lithium batteries this time around. So we have some better batteries. We have 4. We have more batteries. So we need more everything. We need thicker wire. We need fuses in between our components. We have to protect our components. This stuff is expensive. It's not cheap. So if you're going to make the investment, you might as well go the extra step to protect your investment. So that's going to be it for today's video, you guys. I thank you. I appreciate you. And thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful evening. Bye.